Time to pull up a chair. We've got another great story for you today in the rLounge. Today in the rLounge, we have some characters with some unconventional habits. In one corner, a boyfriend with a shocking confession, and in the other corner, a cousin turns innocent gathering into a steamy spectacle. Up first, a bedroom bombshell. My boyfriend said he wishes he was with my sister. I, 23 female, have been with my boyfriend, 26 male, for about 4 years. I met him through my sister, 27 female, who's been his best friend since freshman year. She's a lesbian and getting married to her girlfriend in October. Me and her have always been close. The usual sibling stuff. Sometimes we fought, but resolved it because she's my best friend. Our parents have always been supportive of both of us, and when she came out, our parents basically said, "Oh yeah, we know. When can we meet her?" I've always had some issues with guys getting close to me for my sister, because she is the prettier and more outgoing between us. But she's always helped me build up my confidence, and made jokes about me becoming a lesbian to avoid the awkward guys. My boyfriend always flattered me, told me how I'm his one and only, how he can't wait to start a family with me, all that stuff. He was my first kiss, the one I lost my virginity to, all the cliche Hallmark movie stuff. Well, last night, after we had finished having sex, he randomly said, "You know, sometimes I pretend when we're effing that I'm with your sister." He saw the way I looked at him, I guess, and immediately backpedaled, saying, "A few years ago, not anymore. I don't know why I said that, I'm sorry," and kept apologizing and trying to make what he said less bad, I guess. I asked him straight up if he was cheating on me with my sister, and he denied it, saying that he was just high off the sex, and didn't know why he had said that because it wasn't true. I'm currently at my sister and her girlfriend's apartment, sobbing my eyes out because I don't know what I did wrong. I thought I had finally found a guy who liked me, not my sister, but I was wrong. I feel like I've thrown out years of my life for him, for absolutely nothing. He's been blowing up my phone, and at first it was, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. Come back, babe." But now he's saying stuff like, "I knew you were the crazy one. You can't take a joke." I feel like I don't even know my boyfriend anymore. Let's go dig for some relevant comments. First one. You are definitely not the crazy one that can't take a joke. He is crazy to think that what he said was okay. It was hurtful and absolutely a crap thing to say. I'm sorry, but you deserve better. The OP replies, "I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do at this point. My parents have been hinting he's asked about proposing, and everything felt like it was going perfect until the other day." Someone else says, "Sheesh, what an a-hole. I don't think there's any coming back from that one. I'm sorry, OP, but at least he showed you his true colors before things got too serious. You'll find someone who loves you for you. You're not crazy at all, so don't even give that a second thought. It clearly wasn't a joke, and trust me, I've said some out-of-pocket jokes, but would never say something like that to my partner, especially after sex. I know it hurts, but if you have any respect for yourself, you'll end things with that loser. I'm very sorry and best of luck." The OP replies, "Thank you. I just don't know if he was joking because he's always made dark humor about how me and my sister are just the same people but with different sexual preferences. I feel like there's a chance he might have meant it in a funny way, and I just took it wrong, but I really don't know anymore." Someone else says, "Oh, that's messed up. Even high from the sex family is always out of bounds." The OP replies, "I probably wouldn't have minded if he was like, 'Sometimes I pretend you're Taylor Swift,' or something, since we do sometimes joke about that stuff outside of the bedroom, but I feel like he went too far for bringing my sister into it." Wow, sounds like your boyfriend needs a crash course in what constitutes a joke and what's just a one-way ticket to Dumpsville. Pretending you're Taylor Swift? Yeah, sure, whatever. But pretending that you're your sister? That's some next level of creepiness. If he's looking for role play, he better stick to fantasies that don't involve family reunions. Update. Well, I met up with my boyfriend at our apartment a day after my first post, along with my sister and her girlfriend, who I'll be calling Mel. He immediately asked why we were having an intervention and interrupting his game night. I asked him to turn the computer off and come to the living room, and then minutes later he did, after finishing a Fortnite match. I asked him if what he said he actually meant, and he asked my sister and her girlfriend to leave, so they went into the kitchen. He said he didn't mean it, and he already forgot it happened, even though I haven't been home in 4 days. I told him to pack his crap and leave, and he refused, and got up to do who knows what. My sister and Mel came in and told him to go. He again refused, saying it was his house. I asked where his name was on the rent, and he said it didn't matter because he lived there. So I took the initiative, for once in my life, yay me, and went into our room, pulled out a duffel bag, and started packing for him. My ex started following me, getting panicked and saying he would pack, but to just leave the room so he could. Well, I didn't trust him with my stuff, as I have a lot of antique jewelry and stuff. I'm a thrifty gal, what can I say? Which I definitely didn't want him to take. In the bottom of the duffel bag was several condom wrappers and unopened ones. No, we never put our condom trash into a duffel bag after sex. No, didn't loan it to a friend. Whatever could have happened? You may be wondering, grasping your phone in anticipation. The answer? He's a cheating piece of crap. He saw I found it and claimed he was sleeping with my sister. You know, my lesbian sister? That sister. Mel, me, and my sister told him to cut the BS, and he had 5 minutes to pack before we called the cops. And my sister, the lesbian, said if anything was missing, we would file a report. After he left to who knows where, me and the gals had a cry fest. Okay, just me. And my sister kept telling me she would never sleep with anyone I was with, male or not, which I obviously believe. He's been blowing up my phone, my sister's phone, Mel's phone. I don't know how he got it, with him saying he's homeless and he wants me back. Or wants my sister and calling Mel an effing sinner whore. He's been blocked and hopefully out of our lives for good. Thank you guys for giving me the support and strength to leave him. It means a lot that strangers I have never met would care. Stay safe, everyone. Let's dive in for some more relevant comments. First one, F that guy. Glad you're out of that relationship. Neop replies, thank you, and I am too. It hurt for a bit, which is why I didn't update immediately, but now I feel like a weight is off my shoulders. Plus, now I get to redecorate my apartment without him vetoing any color or plants. Next person says, proud of you for having enough self-respect to not give him another chance. Rock on, queen. Is there any chance he has a set of keys to the apartment? If so, you need to have the locks changed. Also, get some in-home cameras for your rooms and the door. I wouldn't put it past him to try to breaking in to get more stuff or enact revenge. DOP replies, I'm changing the locks today. I installed a cheap master lock on the door, real secure, I know, so until then that should work. One more person chimes in, tell him to go and stay with one of his affair partners. DOP replied, he's blocked, but his mom called and she was not happy about what she heard from me. Apparently, she's debating disowning him, so another win for me, to be honest. Looks like your ex tried to play the I'm a cheater but let's pretend I'm not card and failed miserably. It's like he thought he could juggle lies, betrayal, and excuses all at once, but ended up dropping the ball on every front. But hey, at least you're the director of your own life now, and the script doesn't include any more of his pathetic performances. What are your thoughts? Has a partner ever said such a thing to you? Let us know in the comments below. Up next, a birthday celebration takes a turn for the taboo. Am I the a-hole for telling my mother I will not invite my cousin to my birthday because of her habit? My 23 female mother, 51 female, is berating me for not wanting to invite my cousin, 24 female, to my birthday party. The thing is, my cousin and her boyfriend have this habit, kink really, and they do not stop sneaking off to have sex, sometimes semi-publicly, sometimes in public. I was invited to her birthday 6 months ago. It was at a restaurant. And when they brought in the cake, they were nowhere to be found. My uncle, mom's brother and her father, sent me to look for her. And I found them having sex in his car in the middle of the parking lot. And she saw me and smiled and waved, laughing with her boyfriend. This was not the first time something like this happened, as I later found out that my uncle sent me because he didn't want to catch his daughter in the act again, and her friends already knew of this habit, so they refused to engage in their fantasies of being caught. I took my things and left, and my mother scolded me because she said my cousin was upset and embarrassed that I just left with a disgusted face, and that her friends backed me up. Some left too. I told my mom what happened, and she told me I should have endured to not cause a scene, but I told her that I am a grown woman and I could have left even without a reason. Now, my birthday is in a week, and I made plans for a weekend out in my grandmother's beach house, and she has given me permission to use it and bring my friends. I sent out the invitations, and when my cousin found out, because my uncle told her, having heard it from my mom, she was confused as to why she didn't receive one. I told her I love her, but I didn't want her there because my friends are bringing their boyfriends too, as am I, and I don't want them to have to endure her and her boyfriend's kink, because it will make us uncomfortable. I told her it is one thing to have sex, and it is another to engage other people in their sex life without their consent. She was furious, saying that I was excluding her, and that she wouldn't do it on my birthday. But I laughed and told her she did it on her own birthday, so I didn't believe it, and I would rather not risk her ruining my party. So she went complaining to my mom about it, and she tried to force me, and since I live on my own and pay my own bills, she couldn't. So she went to my grandfather to try and convince her to not let me use the house. But I had already told my Nona everything, and she dismissed her. So now my mom, my aunt, and my cousin are all bothering me about it. I think I have a right to invite whoever I want, but maybe I was too harsh. Me and my cousin, who were really close friends, but these past months, I've been pulling away from her and I feel a little bad. So am I the a-hole? English is not my first language, so I may have explained some things a little weirdly. Alright, now let's dive in for a quick relevant comment. Ew, I'm all for a healthy sex life, but the minute you need to shock other people with it, I draw the line. It's beyond inappropriate to have sex in the middle of a party in such a way that you want other people to catch you. That kind of kink infringes on other people's rights, and I think you had every reason to leave her off of your guest list and tell her why. Maybe suggest your mom host your cousin and boyfriend that weekend so she can play this weird game. I'm just astonished that everyone is trying to pressure you to invite these people knowing their history, not the a-hole. The OP replies, she's telling me that she has promised to not do it, or just not bring her boyfriend, but I know my cousin. She's very bold and impulsive, and her relationship is relatively new, so she might try to hook up with one of my friend's boyfriends because she has cheated before on her long-term boyfriend, which I know is unfair, and she might not do it, but I do not want any drama on my birthday, and it makes me feel a little selfish. Well, it sounds like your cousin's idea of birthday surprises is certainly, unique. Who needs a piñata when you have her and her boyfriend's impromptu parking lot performances, right? Maybe you should send them a GPS tracker as a gift so they can find more secluded spots for their escapades. As for your birthday, it's your party and you can exclude whoever you want, especially if they have a tendency to turn celebrations into their own personal X-rated movie sets. Update. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank everyone who has wished me a happy early birthday. I really appreciate it. And there's some things I want to clarify. For some reason, some of the people who commented seem to believe my mother is invited to the party. She's not. We will have our own mother-daughter day after. Some people also had a problem with my Nona having a beach house. Like, weird thing to focus on, but okay. Some people were really rude about the way I handled everything, or to my mother, which I didn't really appreciate. But I've been told that that's Reddit for you, so I guess I should have known when posting here. It's a little bit of a disappointing update, but well, I showed my mother my post, and she was appalled. I had to translate everything for her. She wasn't all too happy that I decided to share a family matter with internet strangers. But when I told her that my cousin was sharing something much more private to the public, she dropped the issue. She apologized for trying to pressure me into inviting her. Like I said in the comments, she only knew that I caught her one time. But there was some miscommunication because she had thought I had just caught her in the bathroom of the restaurant, not the parking lot. Which is still bad, but like, at least there's doors? I told her over the phone and she's a little hard of hearing, so I believe her. She called my uncle, her brother, cousin's father, and tore him a new one after she learned that he sent me to find cousin knowing what I would find, and for not saying anything when she and his wife were bothering me, knowing the reason why his daughter was not invited. My cousin has blocked me on everything and I don't really care, but it's weird because what the F did I do? Oh, and it turns out that my aunt did know what her daughter is up to. She just thinks that it's her private issues, which is kind of ironic because, well, me and my mother have decided to leave it for now as it is, and we've gone low contact with them. She is really weirded out. That's all for now. Thank you all for all the kind and helpful comments. The family feud continues. Who needs scripted dramas when you have your own cast of characters stirring up trouble? At least your mom stepped in and served up some well-deserved comeuppance. Here's hoping your beach house getaway provides some much-needed peace of quiet. Unless, of course, your cousin decides to stage a surprise comeback tour. What would you do? Would you have invited your cousin? Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell before you leave. We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic, so feel free to leave a comment. See you next time in the rLounge.